Testing, testing. How y'all doing? Cool. Let me see how well the sound works. Y'all can hear me over there? Excellent. Y'all can hear me right here? Y'all can hear me over there? Excellent, excellent. How y'all doing? Excellent. I thought that jazz music was a perfect time to come up. It made me feel like a Spike Lee character and stuff like that. I know, right? This is the terrible prequel, Jones Love. So, I'm gonna be your host for tonight. I'm Black Chakra. Hi, everybody. Cool, cool. Listen, tonight is going to be about energy. Remember, we gotta give energy to these performers and stuff like that. So, I'm gonna run down some host things, little bit of a list. We're gonna have some fun. These youth are gonna do amazing. We all ready for that? Excellent, excellent, cool. Welcome to the DewMore Baltimore Youth Poet Laureate Finals 2022. There we go. We have here today 9 amazing young people who have earned the right to call themselves Youth Poet Laureate finalists, and they will come together today to celebrate the power and importance of youth voice. Let's welcome the Deputy Mayor, Faith Leach, to bring greetings from the Mayor's office. Clap her all the way to the stage.
Thank you. All right, how y'all doing tonight? All right, I need some more energy. Where's the energy? How we doing tonight? Yeah! All right, are we ready to celebrate our young people? Are we excited about celebrating our young people? All right, I'm excited too. So I am here on behalf of Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott, who wishes that he could be here, and he sends his regards and his greetings. My name is Faith Leach, and I'm the Deputy Mayor of Equity, Health, and Human Services right here in the city of Baltimore. And I am so proud to be here tonight with all of you to hear from our young people. Tonight is all about hearing them, hearing their voices, hearing them tell the stories that are deep within their souls. I am so excited to hear from them, but most importantly, I'm excited that they have this platform, that they can channel their energy, they can channel their creativity, and they can really use spoken words as a way to really address their emotions and their challenges and their triumphs. And I'm very proud. Thank you. Y'all can clap for that. We can clap for our young people. But I'm also really proud of the work that DewMore Baltimore does every day. And I hear it is their 10th anniversary, and I am so proud. Yes, DewMore Baltimore. I am so proud that we get to celebrate their 10th anniversary by crowning the next Youth Poet Laureate for the city of Baltimore. All right, thank you all.
So, for all my youth poets, I just want y'all to know there are stairs back here. I'm not saying y'all can't make the leap to stage. I'm just saying with my knees, not a thing I would suggest, okay? If someone could have told me when I was younger, like, yo, preserve your knees, I would have listened. Or maybe not, but I wish I would have. Anyway, please place all phones and electronics on silent. Feel free to take photos and share them on social media using our hashtag DewMorePoetry and hashtag YouthPoetLaureate. Before we go any further, let's take a second to thank our sponsors and partners who helped make all this possible. Baltimore City's Mayor's Office, City Lit Project, Writers in Baltimore Schools, Chicory Revitalization Project, Charm Lit, Enoch Pratt Free Library, Urban Word New York City, Maryland State Arts Council, Baltimore Civic Fund, Baltimore Community Foundation, the Harry and Jeanette Weinberg Foundation, Poetry Foundation, Robbie W. Douche Foundation, T. Rowe Price Foundation, and Fusion Partnerships. Audience, be warned, the poets may make you cry, make you laugh, or make you think. Some of the topics may be sensitive, so we encourage anyone who needs to step out to please do so, but be sure not to disrupt the poet on stage. Now, let's get to the slam. For those who may not know, a poetry slam is a space designed to provide a platform for performance poets. The poets who will be performing today will be judged by our phenomenal judges. Introduce the judges. Okay. Cool. Feel free to summarize judge bios. Okay. Anthony Mall is, clap it up, is a Baltimore-based writer and educator. He writes about queer life and theory for a variety of academic, journalistic, and literary publications. Erica Bridgeford, is an African-American activist from Baltimore. She worked to get Maryland's death penalty law repealed in 2013, and she's the originator of Baltimore ceasefire. She literally just be like, stop killing, and people be like, dang, okay, we will do it, we'll do it. Erica Bridgeford. And then we have Jamisha Cardwell. Baltimore-bred poet and storyteller Jamisha Caldwell strives to highlight the plight of her environment, black womanhood, science, and all things hip-hop. Yeah. That sounds dope. That's really dope. This is like the greatest judge pool I've ever seen in my life. Okay. Nylia Whitaker, teen specialist, holds a master's in library science. Ugh! Wow! Did you even know you could get a degree in that? Like, that's incredible. I've met them several times, so I guess I have met someone who has a degree in that, but it's really dope. It's really dope to read it. Okay, sorry. Apologize. From the University of Pittsburgh, she trains, facilitates, and hosts conferences and workshops around the state as a teen librarian. She also worked closely with local community youth organizations, schools, teachers, and promote advocate literacy and various forums. Let's go. Melvin E. Brown was born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland. He attended Columbia University and is a graduate of the Johns Hopkins University Writing Seminars, where he received his M.A. He has published 2 books of poetry, In the First Place and The Blue Notes and Blessing Songs, Liberation Out. Good God! That has done too much. Kalia Harris is a publisher and an author and co-writer of Simone and the Letters. She also serves as a youth leader at a Revolutionary Summer and a lover of poetry. Let's go. We got Grace, founder of Poets for Dinner. I ain't gotta read you, I know you. That's founder of Poets for Dinner, one of the longest running open mics in Baltimore. You can get poetry and food in the same night, but like soul food, and she give you vegan options, and the hugs is on deck. Beautiful hugs. Clap it up for Grace. Grace, you might have to hug somebody tonight. They don't know how serious it is. We got Icon the God. Icon is a local, inhumanly dope lyricist we got here. And one of his songs has just been featured on We Own the City. My man done gone cable. I tried to call him yesterday. It took me to a website. It was like, you got to schedule. He's different now. We got Destiny Butler, 2021 graduate of Western High School in Baltimore City, and the current 2-time Youth Poet Laureate of Baltimore. Woo! And we have one more judge, Peter. Hey! Peter is one of the greatest media professors of all time. He is Cap Calloway's grandson. And he taught Kasia Hughes. Not Lykeston. Oh, beautiful. Ooh, or he taught me. That's what I tried to make it sound as dope as possible. I'm sorry. I've had coffee this morning. I'm really hyped. The judges will score each poet on a scale from 1 to 10. 1 being the best snap you ever had, and 10 being the best thing to ever happen to you. The lowest and highest scores will be thrown away, and the 8 middle scores will be added up, giving the poet their final score of the round. Poets also have a limited amount of time to read their poem. If they exceed the amount of time provided, a deduction will be calculated into their score. Judges, please be consistent. Do not allow the audience to sway your scores. Audience, sway the judges! You just met these people today. They not your homies. Like, come on. If you hear a poem and you like it, show them what it sounds like. Let's clap. Let's snap fingers. Let's snap fingers with the I just digested something good sound. Let's go, yes! Let's go, whoo! And let's do the silent Curry, that's this. The Brooklyn Nets are out. Just want to remind any Brooklyn fans of that, because it makes me happy. For this competition, we will not be announcing scores until the end of the slam. With that said, let's say hello to our bout staff. Read bout staff's names. Slangston Hughes and friends. That was the name of the bout staff. It says Slangston Hughes and friends. It sounds like a 70s band. Are you ready to start the slam? Y'all ready? Nope. Because to start the slam, we now have to call up a sacrificial poet. This poet is your calibration poet. So judges, you will score this poet, and if you like a poem better, you will score it higher. If you don't like a poem as much, you will score it lower, and stuff like that. Scores will not be shared out loud for this competition. We all about that? My bout staff ready? Poets ready? Audience ready? Okay, cool, just testing. So, your first poet performing tonight as our sack. Give it up for Noah! Clap him all the way to the stage.
I literally want to epitomize peace walking and simply charge into the game without chalk a nigga outline outside, cause I would rather break a book's spine or something. I know I'd rather see the shells on TV screens than actually be the one that's dead or worse, paralyzed or something. I know I'm a bystander at heart. When street dealings come to play, I fold, cause I don't wanna be involved, but doesn't that make me pussy though? Don't that make me green as fuck? A walking lick? Just say the words, give me that and show a Glock, I'll give you everything well. Shit, I mean, I feel that shit don't make you harder than me. Anybody can be a killer, join the army to see. Now my niggas wanna be dealers, pop up street pharmacy, and they wanna blame it on struggle. Like my niggas don't know struggle, like it ain't universal, like a mode of life that's still never been an excuse for wrong or right. Plus I know, if I get to fucking with the wrong niggas, I could lose my way and turn Gullah Geechee on my own niggas. It'll start in my poetry, it'll sound real personal, real intimate. I'll be on demon time like rappers do. And since niggas sell guns everywhere, it's easy. I kill a nigga, duck off and make a song about how I run the streets like Big Meech. I got a bag for every head like I'm giving free bleach, and I'm selling tickets to the moon. I charge all that to the game, but it's really charged to your health. You ever seen a young man turn menace to society and blame it on poverty, then sing a song like many men wish death upon me and die like role models who don't get to see their sons grow up? But all that shit sounds so backwards to me. If my parents worked so hard to change my situation, why would I return to the same place they try to save me from? Not a living space, more like a mental space. That's why I read every day to avoid being involved in daily deaths from dirty guns. I'd be a black bird and use my wings to fly away.
Okay. I did it. I jumped on the stage. I'm paying for it. I paid for it. I felt something snap. So, clap it up for Noah. Because I am the host, I am impartial. I cannot show favoritism toward nor against any poem. I will be very stone-faced. I might sing a song until all the scores are done, stuff like that. So, and for our competitors, know that Noah is not in the competition. So when you heard him cussing and stuff like that, F words, S words, B words, y'all are not allowed to use those. Yeah. Just want my youth competition to know that he fine. Y'all might not. So, y'all ready for y'all youth poets say word? Coming up first, round one, opening up this incredible slam. Give it up for Jamie Jones.
You did nothing wrong. I was born this way. You didn't say the wrong thing. I was born this way. She didn't abuse me. I was born this way. I was born in the way that every time you got mad, I cried. I was born in the way that I was never able to stick up for myself, no matter how much I tried. I was born in the way that I think she didn't do anything, but regardless, all of them shattered my life. I was born mad, sad, depressed, and stressed, numb and dumb, broken in billions of pieces that I've lost everywhere like glass with no broom or vacuum. I'm just constantly cutting up my feet, trying to find a way out without doubt again and again and again. I run around like in a hamster's cage in the constant cycle of mundane, no my apologies, a miserable life, all because I was just born like this. It's not your fault.
Clap it up again for Jamie Jones. Judges, I will give y'all time. Right. I will take time. I will give you strain. Thank you for being a friend. I sing songs while people do scores, and I'm a terrible singer, so y'all might want to be fast with y'all scores, because it is awful. All my judges ready? Yes. I'm waiting for Slangston to collect. Reasons that we're here. I told you. Hurry up, get the scores, Slangston. They don't want this. Oh my God. It starts with like Earth, Wind, and Fire, and then I just go all the way to Icon to God, so. Y'all ready for y'all next poet? Say word. Wait. I wanted to love you for all night. As you can know, as you can tell, I don't know the words. For all my might. Reason. That's my favorite part. Judges, we all good? Okay, cool. Okay. Okay, what's a good song to sing that everybody knows? Do you remember the 21st time in September? Whoa, no, it's not 21st. Do you remember the 25th time in September? She said she ain't even September. She don't know the song. Oh my God.
No, but she's singing a song, like save it.
Okay, save it for September. I can only sing the song in September? Wow. So, for my judges, please again write the score for the last poet, and they will come around to get them. Write the score for the last poet who just came up, yes. Elvis was a hero the most. Yes. Because I'm black and I'm proud. I'm here and I'm amped. Most of my heroes don't appear on those stamps. Okay. So to make it easier for our bout staff to get the scores, what you can do is pass the scores from here all the way to here, and they'll collect them from him. That okay with everybody? Excellent, excellent. Do, 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 do. I know. I will start playing music in my mind, though. Like, I am the music, apparently. I guess I'll see you next lifetime. Oh, why, why, why.
Okay, I'm sorry for the technical difficulty. Everybody needs to rewrite the score for the first competing poet. If you did not write your score, the same exact score, a second time so we could recollect it, then I need you to do that. I'm missing 3. I did not get one from everybody, so I'm missing 3.
And please pass the scores.
And please write your name on it just so I can clarify I got the right person.
Got you.
So, oh yeah, I can tell y'all. Who I am. Okay, that's 2.
So how about those Lakers? It's been a really bad season. You said what? We all good? Excellent, excellent. Okay, I'm glad we got that worked out before it turned into a bad breakup. So, we ready for our next performing poet? Say word. Give it up for Kasia Hughes.
Thank you. Today I'll be reading my poem called Tightrope. Baby steps welcome homecoming queens in the convenience store down the street and red lips and skin. I'll write you a melody, serenade reddish me, red like you, and maybe my skin peels into blooms and I make rose water from the pink petals. I'm still like a child being kept by a hunter, no, a hunter being kept by a child. He, crumpled and bleeding, we joked about playing on rooftops, maybe because we were too scared to fall down below, and this was the closest we could come to it. You find me in the hallway, in the park. You found me on the highway. You find me in an airport, crumpled over a bowl I could not spill into. You refuse to call it a panic attack. I am not broken enough to be dying like this. How can you call shotgun when there is another sick girl in the room? You refuse to call it a panic attack. And maybe it is just nerves. I am crying, but you can't be perfect and dying. You are not another pretty but dead girl in the crawl space between rooms, and still the life of the party. Paper bag rips will burst a hole when your head spinning is crippled in the closet next to the fast food joint. Comfort me like I am my own enemy. I am your personal stalker. I am like glue to a stain on the wall, but I am not your problem. And I am not sick enough to find an identity yet, so I'll sit in the crossroads of the subway that hasn't been built yet and pretend to not exist. You said I am beautiful, and my skin still crawls on my back. What is wrong with you? Tear-headed golden child, why are you angry? You buckle but never break like the rest of us. Like the rest of us, I am not hardened by something I didn't go through, or a better liar to convince someone I am sick enough to shy away from the party. My friends say I am lucky. They invited me back to a suicide party and cyanide-flavored Kool-Aid. We were small enough to fit inside of adolescence and big enough to diagnose with high heels and crop tops. We were busy Googling depression tests on the school computers. Sometimes it doesn't take a village to raise a child. Maybe it only takes a heartbreak. We wanted love that fell from a third-story balcony and made it home for a good story. I died again yesterday. See how some love got me when I was hurting, when I was locked in the bathroom, bloodstains on the brand new paper cut from the backside of a fallen plate. It's love like a heart attack. And I'll breathe into nothing when no one has come to take me home and tell my brother I'm sorry. And tell them I'm sorry I can't wipe their tears when I'm home. I am tired of dying, but never tasting the final rest yet. So I loved you like I loved a tightrope in a hurricane. When it wasn't your fault, I leapt. I still saw the warnings and danced in the bask of summertime, and seasons changed. I loved you like I loved a tightrope, and I still fell. Don't blame yourself. I am done waking up hostage to bear that. Thank you.
Oh, judges. Clap it up again for Kasia Hughes. So on deck, we have Jay LeRae, that not next, but on deck. So Jay LeRae, you might want to come closer to the stage. But coming up next, we have Destiny. Judges, please pass the scores over. Clap it up for Destiny.
The United States of America, leader of the free world, even though we still got legal slavery, haven't you heard? We condemn China for its racial cleansing, even though we're the people who perfected it. We send aid to Ukraine, even though Syria is still going through the same thing. We're a country full of hypocrisy. We're a country full of people who only goal is to line their pockets. But no, it's fine. No, it's great. Aren't you proud to be an American? Aren't you proud to live in the USA? It's not like we're the laughingstock of the world. Oh, wait. It's not like we're not wanted when we travel overseas. Oh, right, we are the laughingstock of the world. We aren't even wanted. We aren't even respected. We're feared. Because the United States is a little brat at the cookout you want to smack but can't, because if you do, they drop the sun on you. We are a country that was born on being against itself. A house divided cannot stand. That phrase made a mediocre president infamous. In the name of man, his words were plastered all over the land, even though this house was built on the backs of blacks and the bones of the indigenous. That house is broken before it was even built. That house is a poorly run Days Inn. All men are created equal unless you are black or Latino. We're a country of mistakes with a bad BBL. We're a starving country with a Gucci belt. This country was never of the people, never by the people, and will never be for the people.
Clap it up again for Destiny. Judges, we are waiting for you all to pass your scores over. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So on deck, we have Anaya Taylor, but coming up next, put your hands together for Jay LeRae. Clap them all the way to the stage.
Hello.
If loss was a currency, I'd be rich. I'd be swimming in bloody money, staying with the blood lost during the battle. If loss was a currency, life made me a billionaire. Snatching away people to leave my pockets padded, trading in dead relatives for dead presidents. I'm drowning in money, but can't buy back the stuff I lost for it, the people I lost for it. If loss was a currency, the whole family would be eaten, consuming the dust, settling off the ashes made to create this currency. Currently, I'm choking on my wealth. Azrael is stuffing coins down my throat and pulling people out my life. If loss was a currency, I'd be dripping in diamonds while drowning in black pools of absence filled with blood money. If loss was a currency, I'd be a man who never knew wealth. Empty halls paid for with empty photos, self-portraits is all I can afford, cause loss can't buy back the unfindable. If loss was a currency, I'd have to be the richest person you know. Plus, I'd never go broke, because if loss was a currency, my pockets will always grow. I'd have rivers running from my wallet, banks filled with brown souls cloaked in indigo energy, greedy souls posing as benevolent beings. If loss was a currency, I would make it pour on shorties. I mean, drowning hoes in cold hard cash, I could get my girlfriend a Birkin bag. Soul turned so cold, my heart got my neck icy. If loss was a currency, would I be money hungry? Eating death for breakfast, so by lunch I'd have my money on me, money on my mind, turning my brain into a cemetery. If loss was a currency, I would be rich and lonely. But it's not. So I'm just alone, dreaming of how it would be if I could turn my pain into money.
Clap it up one more time for Jay LaRae. I'm envious of y'all, of the way y'all jump on this stage. It's really dangerous. It's incredible. Megan just inspired everybody. Everybody got super knees now. That's just the way it is, judges. I'm just waiting for y'all. There we go. On deck, we have Yasmin Bolden, but coming up right now is Anaya Taylor.
Money does not grow on trees, but it does hang from it. Dead presidents who set dead precedents with niggas on the bottom as their preference, we become investment. They're playing keep away with our keepsakes. How can we sit under our own vine and fig tree when they're too busy hanging us from it neck, hanging off vine while telling us we're the fruit of our own labors? They tell us to lay down our arms while keeping the grip on the trigger. How can I put my future first when they're too busy trying to keep me in the past tense? We accept things that don't make sense and try to make change out of it. If only we could take down the patriarchy the way we take down a monument. Lynch the government the way they do niggas and leave it hanging, leave it gasping for air and won't care for the way the white people cry as its blood drips on the street. Bomb the White House like they did Rosewood. Burn booming businesses like they did in Tulsa. Black businesses been burning for decades. So it's only right that we fire back. Gotta kill capitalism before it uses its corrupt cops to kill us. And color ain't the problem. It's politicians, peckish for pelf, pushing propaganda to put money in a man's hands and watch him turn magician, making the poor disappear at the drop of a dime. Got corporations profiting off punishment. But we don't want your money. Cause let us be empty calories, let us be rich in blood. I'm tired of being hungry. I've been starving, been craving a richer flavor, and you know I got expensive taste, so bon appetit. I'm eating bones and teeth, tell Warren Buffett to stuff it. I'm ready for my buffet. Eat a plate and fork, I'm done with pork. I got beef with the bourgeoisie and I want all the smoke barbecuing. Billionaires on the 4th of July forget Independence Day. I want to eat the rich. No need to sugarcoat, call me a bitter strange fruit. Your fluids will be used as lemonade to aid the sweet taste of your tongue I'm making. Gumbo with fingers and toes, it's crunch time. I'm cracking the capital like crab and the smear that crème à la crème like butter will crumble your body before Corona does. And use your bones as currency to pay for our surgery. We don't care about a fair when cancer has already put taxes on our families. Niggas get sticky, we don't get our hands on that stimmy, so we grab the simi and feast on brain matter. I've heard it's a much better stimulant, and you can't say we're unjust. We're just getting our justice. This is just us getting our just desserts.
Okay, so judges, now that you've passed the scores over, y'all can clap it up again for Anaya. On deck is any, but coming up, we don't have those scores. We need 5 more scores. We good? Okay. On deck, we have any, but coming up next, put your hands together for Yasmin Bolden.
Thank you. For black girls, when the loving looks like leaving. Defiant in her chosen death, cerulean teal sky yawning to swallow her whole. Hole in her body she pierced, blood but not running for white clouds, transparent, but not for white gazes, fixed on fallen halo, hollering, why would you ruin your place among white admiration? Girl, baby, she had it so good, better than she understood. They whispered she was a different shade of black. For the culture, she tweets back, not the vultures, rejecting crown and queen, taste sunbeam and gleam just by her beak. And look, now they're saying she belongs to the streets, burning with maternal rage. She is the page she ripped out of the book titled The Illusion of the Inclusion of Us. The sky never kissed her. So why should she stay? The sky never missed her. It missed her missed opportunities. She'll black ancestor it up, baby girl. World unfurling beneath her. Like an open promise, open heart, spraying blood. Catch her old definition of justice and self, fashioned far before her first breath by white men who wouldn't have known her except to know her. Rolling in their graves as she names them their true names. She is ready to fall by her own doing. So why should she stay here with you? Stay and grace a sky that lies to her as easily as the breeze shrieks and tells her where to fly and how to do it, that the earth where she was born is underneath. You crow, puffy, white softness, and claim that she will never speak in silk, but that she can stay if she dedicates her life to flying, trying. No, she's going to fall 1,000,000 times because she was winged and feathered and she owned it. It'll be her voice and her noise. Rejoice, it'll be her choice. She's got a right to be. Purposeful falling, death, defeat. You demonize my darkest song, not sung for you, but for the culture. It'll be the last song on my lips, last rhythm in my hips, my fingertips. High, blackest bird, criticized having ever loved something so against my existence, still untangling brilliance, articulate handed down from hands above, is not my crown, ground down, my bones exposed for those who knew me gleam enough. I hope my falling makes you question everything.
Clap it up again for Yasmin Bolden. We know my judges. I'm not judging y'all to your faces, don't worry. All my biases are in my head. So, on deck, we have Black Rose, but coming up next, put your hands together for Annie.
Stop and listen. There's some things you're missing. Let's exchange time you spent doing crimes to hear my proposition on how to start a mission. Now, this isn't my opinion, but a change of decisions. The seasons change with my feelings to them. A glim aura filled with confusion caused by the prophecies of others, false illusions. Blacks stick the roles of criminals while ignoring what they lack. It ain't no lie, it's a fact. Drug dealers becomes robbers, no killers. Niggas with guns out in the sun losing sons. Y'all niggas can't stop burning daylight, cause y'all niggas think that's the only way to get paid right. But your sons will get paid, right? Get your life right. Y'all finna blow up like dynamite, that's quite a sight. Trying to look for y'all, but y'all out of sight. And then my mother telling me to be polite. But how can I be polite when there's gangbanging day and night? In the night is where I put all this to rest. So let me ask you something. Are y'all ready for the test? Thank you.
Clap it up again for Annie. Oh, judges, we find ourselves in this position once again. My size.
My size, too.
Yes, there is. Anyway, sorry. Baltimore stuff going on up here. Y'all bringing, y'all got me talking politics. Okay. On deck, we have Talia Matthews. But right now, coming to the stage, put your hands together for Black Rose.
Thank you. I never learned how to work these. Us short people gotta stick together. One. My mom, a single parent of two, working all day to provide for us, and all night was spent with her boyfriend. She said she was tired, but I think she was spiraling, considering that she used to be a single parent of three. Two, it was just us, alone, all day, yet you waited till the cover of night to betray me. You know, Disney got one thing right. Villains often lurk in the shadows, but he never told me that they would love me in the light. Three, your tongue explores my body while I lay limp on the bed. I'm too young to know that stop is an option. I'm not entirely sure you would if I said it anyway. You called them games. One's just for me and you, but I never asked for this.
I didn't want to play hide and seek with my innocence, to toss around my love like a hot potato, to freeze my ability to trust in place like a game of tag. I should have known this love only goes one way. 2 years later, and the games are still played. Your game is to pretend that you love me, mine to pretend you don't touch me every night. I didn't know what was happening until it was too late. I clung to a false sense of love you promised me. You were all I had, or more accurately, you only had me. 5. I love you, and I think that's the scariest part, knowing that I am completely at your mercy, but I guess I always was. Because ever since I can remember, I trusted you. I love you. And that was my first and worst mistake, because I died on the bed in your arms like I always wanted. But when I told you I would take a bullet for you, I didn't know you would be the one pulling the trigger. 6, I find out that you were raped. I have never cried harder, but I'm not sure if it was for you or me. 7, you moved out of the house. And I wish I could say that I was happy, that I threw a party because I was finally safe, but I didn't. I cried and I misused, hoping that the breeze would take you my sorrow. I will never know if it did or didn't, because you always ignored my pain for your pleasure anyway. 8, that's how old I was. I was 8 years old, a 3rd grader, a sister, a daughter, a friend. I wasn't supposed to be a lover, not yet. But my choices didn't matter to you. 9, your fingers are still inside of me. 10, your lips are still forced on my cheek. 11, I can still feel your hands all over my body. 12, there isn't enough soap in the world to scrub your scent from my body. 13, I try to cut you from my skin, but I can't cut you out of my heart, and believe me, I tried. 14, I still love you. 15, I still love you. 16, I still love you. 17, I want to say I forgive you, but I don't think I was ever upset with you to begin with. I don't think I could ever be upset with you. I blame myself more than I blame you, and you would probably agree. And I think that's one of the many reasons why I wish I died on that bed.
Keep that clap going for Black Rose. So, we got one more poet coming up this round, and then Destiny is going to give us a feature. Your 2-time Youth Poet Laureate champion is going to come up and give us a feature. That's a great thing. Just wanted y'all to be excited for it. So, put your hands together for Talia Matthews.
This poem is called The Fame. I picked apart my body to my eyes, nose, lips, ears, limb to limb. I slowly x-rayed every bone. It becomes stiff like stone. The color of my skin changes like I'm the rainbow. I laugh like I'm just learning the tango. I carry the weight of another, how my body wants to slumber. I transform with the makeup on my face. When I take it off, they say I'm not the same. They stop knowing my true name. It's like a blank slate. I got ripped like a piece of tape. My brain was eaten by a zombie. By that I mean something gone and just confused. The photographer that's taking my photos seemed amused. I started to hum R&B tunes. I see myself stripped down on the daily news and made people light a fuse. I was once a dancer with 2 left feet, skipping every beat. I tried all genres such as jazz, modern, hip-hop, even ballet, but none were my forte. I was either too out of shape or didn't fit the image, so I started to become that brand new Barbie. I straightened my hair, put on more makeup than before. My closed out life now became an open door. I started not to be me anymore. I hid behind the cameras and the people. I changed because I didn't want to seem equal.
Clap it up again for Talia. Waiting on my judges. I'm looking at the judges. Okay, and that concludes round 1. Clap it up for our judges, for our young poets. Remember to keep your phones on silence, poets. When you need water to the left of the stairs, there are waters right over there, so you may feel free to get them. They are for you if you need water. I know how intense slam could be. It lets everybody go, yes, breathe, take a deep breath. I know we heard some powerful poetry, some deep messages, and breathe. That's a good thing. So, coming up next is your feature. I had the whole bio on my phone, but I'm just gonna say, Nene dope. Nene dope, for real. All the poems are, y'all gonna see, they won this 2 years in a row. Like, y'all gonna see, clap it up for Destiny.
I might be tall like Megan, but I ain't got them knees, child. How y'all doing tonight? Everybody's doing so amazing so far. I'm so proud of everybody, touching the stage tonight. Yeah, so with Mother's Day coming up and all of that, I figured I might just do a little sign for y'all that, just a little inspired by that fact. You know what I mean? Let's see. I try. It's orange at the top. It's giving Oreos. Are y'all trying to be serious? People love to contemplate whether God will cleanse the earth with fire or water. But what if God is a black woman? And her children are tired of being a target, so they're burning them down, drowning the statues of slavers, muddying up the reputation of fake martyrs. Let church heal, learn how hurt feel, let prayer be a wave, wiping away the names of colonizers from curriculums. But if nature be a black mother, then what if stolen land decided to steal itself back? What if the ocean regurgitated all the black bodies it holds in the wind, blew life back into the lungs of the forgotten? What if the seafloor cracked open to confiscate all the conquistadors, and white water rafting was just slang from white men inflating from the digesting all the destruction they've invoked? What is a black mother, if not nature personified, birthing creatures forced to camouflage themselves in ecosystems determined to decompose their character, all while raising them to believe that they're organic matter? And maybe sometimes beating around the bush is the only way to chase away the predators these days. Feels like the only purpose for birthing colored babies is making fertilizer for soil, to grow roses from concrete, but city flowers never live long enough to bloom. Strange fruit has become commonplace in the neighborhood markets, no longer hanging but ripped from vines to be placed in headlines for freezing in front of a cop like a deer in the headlights, because ain't it like a black boy to only be shown in the spotlight when you're seen as an animal? Shout out to the mamas, y'all. Okay, and then I just, I don't always read. Like, I got some stuff that I can do off the dome. Like, I got something to go like, America be a shifty nigga. Come on! Love moving things around, be a crackhead. Love doing pipes and lines, whether that be from playground to penitentiary or slavery to the 21st century. See, America be a functioning addict. Like how you move that much coke in your system and still blame the kids for the mess, but America be a bad baby daddy. Don't ever support his children, but always claiming bodies, always stealing resources, always renaming stuff like, I don't know why your mama named you that. Say, but I ain't even really know your mama. I just got in her guts, got her out. Say, I never really liked your mama. Always thinking she had more than me till I showed her what ownership really was. I pulled the wool over her eyes till she realized her kids was lost. Look, America be a gold digger. Love to have but not hold niggas unless they're in prison. Cause chained down is the only way Uncle Sam likes to touch his victims, gets his nut off oppression. See, America be a nuclear family. Always blowing families up, or rather imploding on itself, gaslighting the black people it gives birth to, calling them the deadbeats, the crackheads, the gold diggers, when really, it's been that all along. Long passing down family tales is fairy tales. Be deflecting, don't wanna accept what's in the reflection, hiding from the mirror, cause America be shifty, nigga. Thank y'all so much. I can. Thank you so much, y'all. I love the support. Shout out to Baltimore. I can't wait to see the rest of the poets for tonight. Get them back on the stage, I'm so excited. Thank you all for having me.
Bars. We ready for round two? All my judges present and ready? Okay, all my youth poets present, ready? Okay, cool, that's the educator in me. We present, we're here. Anyway. So, on deck we have Any, but clap it up again. Coming up next, Destiny! Clap them up all the way to the stage, please.
No knock, just walk right in. It's not like this the place where my family lives. It's not like you just broke my grandparents' picture frame. No, please, just walk right in. No, please, go ahead and yell. It's not like you'll wake the kids. No, sadly, they'll sleep through this. But anyway, you're gonna wake them because sleeping while black is a criminal offense. It's #1 cardinal sin. No, please, go ahead. The person sleeping on the couch was a dangerous suspect. He was #1 most wanted. It's fine that you just shot and killed another one of our friends. Someone who's just trying to survive, someone who's just trying to live, someone who's just trying to find out how he's going to feed his kids who are now going to grow up fatherless and become a statistic. Statistics, that's all y'all see us as. Y'all see us as expendable. Y'all see us as less than. So I ask, how many of us have to die just for y'all to realize that we all bleed red? How many Trayvon Martins? How many Breonna Taylors? How many George Floyds? How many? So I asked, did you see their families grieving the loss of their child? Did you see the hurt in their eyes of being killed by their so-called protectors? You ask why we're nervous. You ask why we run. We are the children of the slaves that y'all couldn't break. We tried to be respectful and y'all just tossed rocks at our head. We tried to change the system and y'all just added more rules. Well, we're always tired of playing the fool, the victim, the criminal, the dead. So when we don't knock and just walk right in, just know y'all caused all of this.
Clap it up again for Destiny. On deck, we have, judges, let me wait for y'all. Slow pokes. The judges are assaulting each other with chip bags. So, On deck, we have Talia Matthews, but coming up next, give it up for Annie.
What drove the mind to thinking my people could be used as slaves? Selfishness, curiosity. But what is there to be curious about? My black skin? This black skin is a thing of beauty. This black skin has been a work of art for generations. You hear black people, the first thing you think about is guns, drugs, gangs, bangs. And then it all goes black. Then back to poetry. Momently, I am sad. Mask on, I am happy. Mask off, I am frustrated. Mask on, I am a slave. Mask on, I want to be free. Mask off, I want to be happy. Never mind, back to reality. Mask on, I am a strong, black, independent man. Mask off, I am scared. Scared of having a gun pointed at my head because of the color of my skin. Bang, bang, bang. That's enough. Bang, bang, that's enough. Bang. How many bullets will it take for you to be satisfied? Aren't you tired of making moms cry? Making babies traumatized? I walk down the street looking side to side, afraid I may be characterized because of the color of my skin. I am black, and I am proud. And the moment a white man comes up to me to tell me that I should feel lesser than I actually am, all you gotta know is that I'm out, fam.
So don't use the stairs. They're broken. Glad I figured that out before the youth did. My leg isn't. I'm okay. My shin isn't. That's okay. So, that was great. When y'all show that one on television, edit it. Yep. Yep. So, judges, y'all all done? Oh, it's me who broke the stairs, not the stairs that were broke. Got you. That's okay. They're gonna support this lawsuit too. I know how much money the city got. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Clap it up again for Annie. On deck, we have Black Rose, but put your hands together for Talia Matthews.
This poem is called Woman. I am a woman. The W.O. carries the man, not the man carries the W.O. I carried you for 9 months on my back. You cannot say I'm whack. I am W, wealthy. I am O, open. I am M, memory making. I am A, amazing. I am N, nice. I am as cold as ice. As a woman standing here with no fear, take my advice. I stood with my 10 toes on this plantation, generation after generation. You call me weak just because of my gender, but as a woman, I linger. I am a woman and I talk back. As a woman, I'm stronger than that.
At times, society has set me back. My gender made me seem weak even to my own gender. As a woman, we tear each other down because the way we look. I made men know I was not something that they can just take, but something that they can awake. Yes, as a woman, I had to birth you, but as a man, you shouldn't disgrade me. As women, we should understand no matter how we look, we are judged by men's hands. We put down each other as women to be our own and men's competition. No matter the race, we were chased as an object. No matter what color a woman is, we were in a place to serve the man. As a woman, we somehow still serve at men's hands. They say made by men, but women made the men too, so you can't say only made by men when men didn't birth you.
Clap it up again for Talia. For my judges, we have index cards. If you need more, we have them on deck. So, on deck, coming up again, we have Jay LeRae, but coming up next, we have Black Rose.
It works fine, it's just you. I guarantee you it is. Much love. You're proving my point. In order to comfort the hero, their mentor usually says, "You can't save everybody." And although it's usually followed up with the "not everyone wants to be saved," I know that that's not what they mean. They mean even the hero isn't perfect. An attempt to make this mystical character seem relatable and believable, but all I hear is, in a world full of dragons and magic and powers and gods, there still will be no one to save you. No one to pull you forward when you fade into the background. No one to throw you a lifesaver when you drown. You will have to do it yourself. And if I have to be the hero in my own story, I will also be the villain in theirs. Make them remember the name they never learned, engrave myself into their brain, and when they still choose to forget me, I will carve it into their skin. Paint the town red in the crimson of their blood and plaster their corpse on every billboard around so that everyone in town will remember me, will fear me. I know they say that the villains never win, but that's because they've never seen me. I was born to be heard, and if that means that they have to be silenced, then so be it, because I have been screaming all my life and told that I need to be quiet, and if that's even if they acknowledge me at all, but I will make sure that that will never happen again. Can't talk over me if you can't talk at all. So let their voices be reduced to ashes as their tongues burn with every lie and unkept promise that leaks from their mouth, because Lord knows they have said more than enough. And everything else will know it too when I rip their voice boxes from their throat and watch as they beg me to stop, try and convince me that there's good left inside of me, that I can still be good. Your chance is over. I don't need to be good. I don't need to be anything other than evil, because evil has never looked so beautiful other than on me. I don't care about what you've done for this world, because I know that they have done more than enough, have just as many bodies as I do, if not more. The only difference is that I take pride in my work. Let the blood soak into my skin instead of wiping it off. Carry the guilt with me instead of burying it. After everything I have done, now they try and save me, telling me not to listen to the voices in my head that tell me I'm worthless and stupid. But how can I not? When I realized that they didn't save me because I wasn't worth saving. Now, this is my villain origin story.
So they're going to need time to change the batteries on the camera, so judges, take your time. I can hear you. Judges, do you need water? She needs more index cards. So, this Saturday, April 30th, at 1500 Barclay Street, which is the Baltimore School of Design, we are going to be having all of our high schools in the Baltimore Youth Poetry Festival, the DewMore Youth Poetry Festival, going at it. Y'all can clap it up for that. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have the middle schools competing too. We have a feature from the Women of the World Poetry Slam champion, which is Roddy. And it's hosted by the third woman in the world, Kima Flight. That's Baltimore right there, Western graduate. It's going to be very lit, very, very lit. It's from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., so please be there. Please be there. A lot of these kids have been working all school year. This youth has very powerful stuff to say. I'm excited, I'll be there, coaching. Hopefully not. We ready? Okay. On deck, we have Jamie Jones, but put your hands together coming up right now for Jay LeRae.
That's how you step up there. You saw that? That was smooth. Hold on. All right. You serve a God who only accepts the good, casting his white light on all things bright and right. While he bathes you in his glory, you are exempt from the gory world he created. But if you, my brother, walk through the promised land hand in hand with another man, your God will split the ground beneath your feet and watch his treasured son fall into the depths of hell with his complicated older brother. I mean, even God hates his children. Because even God hates. Your perfect being is quite temperamental. High-headed and all-powerful are two things that corrode each other over time. If no good comes from evil, why does evil leak out of your God like blood dripping from an open wound? Brother, who cut you open? Brother, who will sew you up? Will your God place his hands on his child and heal all wounds? You say your God is all-powerful. Nothing is impossible for the supernatural, yet men get cut open and dressed in their intestines because another man ventured into their garden. Brother, tell me, where was your God when children were being gassed up in cement boxes, choking on tainted air, breathing because they want to survive, dying because they keep breathing? I bet those babies heard a call for God. Was he too busy to pick up, brother? And I know what you're thinking, but that's the devil's work. Is the devil not your brother? I mean, is he not a discarded son of the Lord you serve? You say all things are made through him, but when he starts lacking, when he starts slacking and stuff got going wrong, you name not the Father, but instead the Son. Why, brother? Casting stones from inside windowless houses, no glass to break, because the reality has already been shattered and remastered. It's hard to hide from yourself when the back of your eyelids are mirrors. Do you still think your God loves you? You told me his love ran dry on the colorful end of the pool. Did you condemn me to hell so you can hitch a ride in my carry-on? What I'm really asking is, now that you're the sinner, where's your God at, brother?
It's okay. They're youth. Clap it up again for Jay LeRae. On deck, we have Yasmin Bolden, but coming up next, give it up for Jamie Jones.
I'm so terrified I'll never measure up to you. I'm so terrified that you'll outdo me. I'm so terrified you will show me how I'll never be enough in your shadow. Rather, actually, let's question that. What is enough? Is it sounding tough? Is it feeling confident? Is it fully walking in it? Please describe me to what I have to be. Because in my eyes, you see, I am my past, my regret, my hurt, my pain, my obsession, my lack of ability to do what others can. To tell me I'm enough is to tell me that the superficial worth we design based off other people, how they see through who I am. See, the white man made this criteria that never seems to add to my idea to be me, that crazy thing that I'll never be. See, I will be accepted when I allow you to fully judge who I am and everything I do, regardless of anything I've ever felt to live my life.
Clap it up again for Jamie Jones. We are very close to the end of our slam. Clap it up for all these kids performing. They going at it. On deck, we have Anaya Taylor. Coming up next, put your hands together for Yasmin Bolden.
Thank you. Let's make a movie about black girls wearing space buns in space. The aesthetic is Star Wars meets Interstellar meets Hidden Figures. I want the Supreme Types beat playing in the background as future meets past and where we black girls laugh because space is star-studded blackness without white boundaries. I want high teas on the moon, and I want black girls to survive the odds every time, climbing through their spaceship with precision and executive decision. There should be aunties on board and in every center of mission control, rolling out words of wisdom and rhythm and service to black futures, and falling in love with the sounds of women in charge. So during the search for directors, you better keep Ron Howard, George Lucas, and Theodore Melfi of Hidden Figures fame out of the discussion, just because the percussion of our piece will not play off of imperialism. In their imposing star dramas, we are reduced to wise alien creature, or 5-second feature where it's the dialogue shoddy, or the body used as a map of fascism-inflicted trauma. I don't want to do another story where the black girl gets the glory only because a white man worked up the guts to help her get up off the ground. I want Thandiwe Newton's character to come back to life and kick butt. And I want Issa Rae to awkwardly ascend to the lead alongside Coco Jones and Brandy. I just know that this movie can be more than what it is not. More than just the black Star Wars. Win more battles than the ones we can name in one breath. I want the odds to be existential odd and not the earthly ones we're bound up in. I want this movie to be more than a metaphor for all the grief this ground has given us and all of the escape pods we black girls were never given. I know that somebody's gonna cry, that's leftist-driven propaganda. But I honestly just want to stand up slowly in a dark theater and sync with the crowd, wondering aloud if there'll be a sequel to the movie I just watched, the one devoid of space cops, where Debbie Allen makes a cameo teaching the lead of the melanated space crew how to dance in zero-G, preparing her for a partner dance, romancing the other brown-skinned lead, floating over the spaceship windows that reveal Earth far beneath their feet, a world healthy enough to leave. Thank you.
Clap it up again for Yasmin Bolden. Waiting on my judges. So, on deck, we have Kasia Hughes. Coming up next, put your hands together for Anaya Taylor.
I can't give up on him. What if I leave before he gets the chance to love me right? And he does love me, right? It just looks a little different. Bruises can look like beauty marks in the right light if you let them, is the cage confinement if you don't want the key, and I don't want that key. Just the key to his heart. But he keeps piecing me up instead of letting me be his piece, I guess. He couldn't handle all the love he had to give in his bleeding heart, and so he put it in his fist, called it love taps. But what's love got to do with it? If I'm left tapped out on the floor, he showed me. One side to his coin-shaped face, left me senseless, with a copper taste in my mouth. The necklace he bought me feels more like a noose. Sometimes I think about letting it kill me before he does, but why would he kill me? When I'm the only one who makes him feel alive, tells him he's enough, feeds his ego when he waves the gun in my face, and doesn't pull the trigger, but instead pulls me into his arms. He doesn't really want to hurt me. Just make sure I know my place, and I know my place. It's in his arms and quiet. Some men think that the worth they obtain comes from the things they obtain, and if he wants to own me, I must be a prize. The cage turns into a trophy case, worthy enough to fit on his loose shelf, until I fall from grace, until the noose gets tied too tight, and I become what he always wanted, just another body. You see, the thing about fear is that it haunts you in mysterious ways, unspeakable. Drains the color from your face until the people around you can only see in black and white, but will call you blind to his tricks. It will throw enough dirt on your name to bury you 6 feet under. Then we'll find a way to reincarnate the abuse. Then the ashes get lost in the wind. with his dandelion seeds, with his cologne, with my joy.
Clap it up again for Anaya Taylor. We are almost at the end of our slam. Say aw. So give a big round of applause for closing out the slam. Your last poet of round 2, Kasia Hughes.
All right. This poem is called On Silence. I learned that the body could replace all its cells in 7 years, and I thought that could be me. 12 came in a tidal wave. I can recollect her hands cradled in my own in a fluorescent light, I in your palm like a crumpled bag. The last thing floating to the surface, and that couldn't be me anymore. I am grown. 7 minus 2 is 5, and I am 15 now. I counted backwards like finger painting on a stained window. It is 3 years past being breathed in. I am still watching the ashes settle. 7 minus 2 is 15. I count backward on my fingers. I have 4 years left to go. Now, I don't know if it was love or wanting to be loved or fate or both, but it is a blessing to be scared of something that hasn't happened yet. She calls them ghost stories. And I don't know what came first, because someone had to die for that story to exist. Like she fears sharks, she's never gone swimming. Maybe gatekeeping and experience is the best gravestone I could make for my 12. Have you ever been scared before? And it's a privilege to identify the feeling. Maybe it's how my depression speaks, legs trembling. My voice is the last thing to carry me home. Moses is on his trip home, skating on backbone like my body an open wound. So I wrap it in metaphors 1, soak it in simile 2, ring the towel like diamond pearls around my neck and catch beads with my teeth like I turn sweat into nectar. My voice is the last thing to save me. My thoughts, all I have left to this world. So when I scream, I don't think it's enough to offer. I pay a tax for not offering enough, like I'm scared of ghosts in the same way I'm scared of getting better. Self-love like the bath I haven't used in a week. I see a cloudy reflection every time I enter a room. My head an angry storm. Like I died in my dream last night, and the balcony was an open invitation. I landed in the palm of your hands and prayed to God he would crush me. I want a refund on second chances. I'm tired of being an empty tomb. I go young, I go early, so I'm beautiful in my sleep. I ring a bouquet of my baby teeth. 1, my body can't fill the tomb yet. 1, I'm done growing. Buy me dress forever, the lace looks like heaven. So I resonate in God's eyes like I'm not his mistake yet. My 12 still isn't done growing. If I had my wingspan of 3 years, I would come back for you. It's not my fault we thought you happy. You have to smile to say my name correctly. This is evidence enough in itself. I turn time and my PTSD like there's always been something better than the present. Thank you.
Okay, judges, for the last time tonight. Also, for the DewMore Youth Poetry Festival that is Friday and Saturday, they are still looking for volunteers. So if you are interested in volunteering, please speak to Olu Baltimore. Olu Baltimore. Olu Baltimore sound kind of dope, though. Wow, that's kind of dope. Olu Baltimore, a.k.a. Gangsta Rainbow, a.k.a. Olu Butterfly. She really does call herself Gangsta Rainbow. It sounds dope. Olu Baltimore is kind of a really dope name. And that concludes The slam. Y'all can clap it up. Y'all saw a slam. Clap it up for those youth. While they calibrate scores, I will attempt to do a poem.
Come on, then.
I know.
You can't tell by his clothes. He might like words.
Male pattern baldness is interesting. No, you cannot. I stopped the pin throwing ever since I got assaulted. It was someone hit me in the eye during the poem. I kept performing.
Close your eyes.
That's the ceasefire person. Baltimore, a hard place. The person who's like, ceasefire, close your eyes then. You know what it is. Those are our activists.
These are your options. Do it like cool or close your eyes. What you doing?
I saw the cops kill another black boy, and I protested by grabbing a gun. I started praying to the bullets. Hallowed be thy name. My brain don't hold memories, just a history of pain. Crackers gain power, lost control. We pay the awful toll. License and registrations, then depart your soul. So how can they keep the peace if they keep a peace? I'm praying, hand to God. I've been reaching, see, I'm calling for help. They calling for backup. We ain't on the same frequency. That's why they're called cop. Can't operate peacefully. No, can't operate there peacefully. Can't operate there peacefully. With itchy fingers, they shot you, even when they don't got to. Can't tell the difference between a pistol and a taser. That shouldn't shock you. This melanin you hail can get you nailed. It's connected. Trees grown from slave blood produce strange fruit veils. So Oscar Grant was murdered in front of a train by an officer untrained who had locomotives. Trying to get home via underground, got put on the ground, then underground, while underground, and no one noticed. It's connected. From the first black death to your last breath. So don't tell me I need to calm. I need a bomb, cause I wake up to this war. Good morning, Vietnam, I'm a nigga. So they target me like department stores. My address a grave, so what I need an apartment for? I'm just a snack in this carnival of the carnivores. A feast for the old monsters, still fighting my own monsters. Get popped by your own partners or cops. The chrome goddess, the news that made a mess of your son. Black mama, now she's trying to clean the scene from her screen. Soap operas. I've learned, I've been living this right life the wrong way. Funerals all day. My niggas is Spider-Man, cause you won't die, but your Aunt May. Pray for peace is what they all say. Pray for peace is what they all say. Fall for the audacity of nonviolence while we still marching. Didn't you see they killed Martin? They killed Martin. Took our king from his balcony. Turned our hope into a corpse. This some messed up alchemy. I scream to the heavens, but my voice is a gunshot in a thunderstorm. I want to put away this rage like summer clothes, but I'm afraid I'll be mistaken for a probable cause. My family's pride rocked, and I'm Simba, cause I die before I leave my mama with scars. This dark skin, an Achilles heel in this Trojan War. Police on the streets to get you hooked to IVs. That's what they roaming for, don't you see? An IV is a Roman for. They taking our babies. They don't even want to grow no more. My daughter walks in the room, sees a gun in my hand, and she asks, what you hold it for? I say, baby. Every day I'm trying to do the right thing, but burned in my eyes are the wings of Raheem. And I want to be your guardian, not your guardian angel, so I stay fearless so they don't see fear. I made a promise to your mama, I'm gonna be here, and I'm gonna be here. This life is all I got, and this gun might not keep me here, but it'll give me a shot. Y'all did a good job of not assaulting me. God saw you, Erica. God was like, pew, ceasefire. I know, God said, I can't get you on the stairway to heaven, but when you get up here, I got you. My God is weird. No, you expected awesome and stuff like that. So, judges, bout staff, we have our, okay. God dang. They're not ready, so more poetry. Oh, we ready? Oh, no, okay. There we go. Well,
you're not getting paid enough to work this hard. You're not getting paid at all. So.
Thank you. So, I'm handing the mic to our executive directors, and I'm just gonna say it, Monique Cox, Olu Butterfly, and Slangston Hughes.
Okay. I'm talking, that's what I do. So, welcome. Hello. We already were welcome. We've been here the whole time. Hi. Welcome to my stand-up. I'm Slangston Hughes. This is Olu Butterfly, or Olu Baltimore today. Monique Cox, Executive Director, Program Director, and I make donuts that say DewMore on them. AKA Artistic Coordinator. So, we are here today not just celebrating Youth Poet Laureate, but we are also kicking off the DewMore Youth Poetry Festival right here. If you can get a flyer, get one from right here. And it's not just the first in-person festival in 2 years. It's not just a celebration of youth voice throughout Baltimore. It is also a celebration of the 10-year anniversary of DewMore Baltimore. 10 years. That means that both us and Poets for Dinner are in 5th grade together now. It's about to get real, right? And so this is the beginning of that 3-day celebration. And then on Saturday, we're going to have slams throughout the whole day. And then Saturday evening, we're going to have the big Youth Grand Slam. Some of y'all poets y'all saw today is actually in that slam. Some of y'all judges might be in that slam. It's going to be a really good slam. And the feature is Roddy. It's going to be dope. But you already knew all that. Tell a friend. Tell all your friends, bring your enemies, bring your grandmother. Yes, everyone. Those are words that I said, and now I'm going to pass it on to one of y'all.
You know you got right here first, short. No.
Good evening, everyone. Let's give these poets another round of applause. They remind me every day of why I love this work. I'm excited for their growth. I'm excited for their voice, excited for them to express themselves in this way. So I thank you all for being here, witnessing this wonderful talent. As Slangston said, I'm Monique Cox, the Executive Director of DewMore Baltimore. And I am so proud to stand in this position, and I am trying to fill big feet as we have embarked upon 10 years. And 10 years as a grassroots organization is a feat. Okay. DewMore Baltimore, for those who don't know, DewMore Baltimore is a nonprofit organization who uses the tool of the arts as a tool to engage marginalized communities in greater Baltimore. So I want to call up, before we call up a special guest, I'm going to ask Olu for some words. You have any words?
This is just a pandemic prayer and shout out. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for everything that you kept your head up through to be present, to share, to witness, to sweat really hard because these were some great poems and y'all had to judge. Just everything you had to do to be here tonight, all the people who are out there, just thank you. And we doing this. So that's it. Thank you.
So before we give it back to Slangston to announce our winners, I want to ask a special guest to come up. And he is the reason we are here. Our illustrious founder, Kenneth Morrison. Please join us. The man who has been harassing the judges all evening is DewMore Baltimore's founder.
I don't have no word. I'm going to say something? Yes. All right, really quick. I'm going to be the 30 seconds or less. This is for you judges. Hopefully you all got it right. I was watching, right? So I was watching, but no, I'm going to use my 24 seconds left to say that what we witnessed today was young people applying critical analysis and radical self-love in a way that you don't often get to see, right? And so for a long time as a community organizer, I wanted to figure out a way to really create change in Baltimore, and I had to learn to believe that our young people's voices was enough, that poetry and art was enough, that it's not minimized, right? That these young people are speaking life not only to communities, right? Like, you know, for those of you who go to church, the hard is speaking life into dead poems. The spoken word has the ability to resurrect something into people to create change in communities, right? So these young people, the first voice, the first person they're speaking to is to themselves, right? So they are changing themselves on a daily basis. And if you believe in social justice and want to make a difference in the world, the most powerful thing you can do is change yourself to be that change you want to see in the world. So these young people got up here today with you all as witness and begin to do that change with you as community, celebrating them and encouraging them, right, and supporting them to not only just say that. No, you heard poems about young people trying to heal. You heard poems about young people speaking to politicians about what they need to do differently, and hopefully they were listening, right? There are poems about people growing and loving and learning to love themselves, right? And that's not easy as adults. Right? That is not easy as adults to be able to say, I love myself today, right? So I just want to say for you all, it wasn't just a slam, right? It was a slam if you weren't listening. But if you were listening, right, these were testimonies and opportunities to grow for each and every one of us, right? And I want to say one thing, the judges are not selected just because they are phenomenal people. That part is true. Every last judge, right? But the way this works, every last one of these people are people of influence. So we know we can ask these powerful, influential people to come and have a seat in front of these young people for 2 hours and hear what Baltimore young people have to say. We believe that we are changing the change agents. Right? We believe that, right? So I want to thank you, Monique, for continuing this work, believing in this work, believing in the young people. I want to thank you, young people, for believing in yourselves and believing in this work. And I'm going to go back and have a seat and make sure the judges did the right job. All right, have a good day, everybody.
You see why he's our founder. Thank you so much. I want to give a big thanks to Charm TV. A big thanks to Charm TV, a big thanks to the mayor's office, and thanking all of our sponsors this evening. And are we ready? Do we have? Slangston Hughes. You didn't fall down.
All right, so once again, yes, thank you very much to all of our sponsors. I absolutely do want to thank the judges. Again, I think that this is a really awesome collection of judges, not just because I selected them, but because I feel like that it is very diverse. Like it's intergenerational. Like we have poets, we have educators, we have professors, we have librarians, we have people who have held down poetry, we have activists, like we have queer, we have straight. Like these judges have done the damn thing. So shout out to the judges. And most of all, I want to thank every single poet. These poets over here. Can I get all the poets to come on stage? All the poets come on stage for the proverbial poet photo op, because y'all have all shined so brightly today. And what was most impressive to me is that so many of these poets and these poems I have never heard before. Like, we continue to grow the organization even during the time when we were just doing Zoom poeting. Like, there's awesome new writers, awesome new work that keeps showing up every year. And so I was really excited for so many of the new poets and excited to see the growth in the poets that I did know. And so with that being said, are y'all ready to find out who are the 2 Youth Poet Ambassadors and who is the 2022 Youth Poet Laureate of Baltimore? Y'all can probably see this paper. Don't look on the paper. Don't look. Don't peek. All right. So we should just start clapping right now just for every single poet. In third place with a score of 139.9, your first Youth Poet Ambassador. Put your hands together for Jay LaRae. In second place, and also a Youth Poet Ambassador for 2022 with a score of 143.4, give it up for Black Rose. And the 2022 and the 7th Poet Laureate of Baltimore with a score of 154.9. Please make all the noise you can possibly muster for Anaya Taylor. So, with that being said, I don't think I have anything else to be said.
Can you name the other placements?
They're over there on the computer. I'll tell them to you later in 10 minutes. But give it up again for all the poets. Give it up for yourselves. 10 years of DewMore Baltimore. And yes, Black Jesus or no Jesus. Peace out. Oh. Don't go anywhere, though. I forgot in that box over there, for the top 3, we have medals. Yay, give it up for medals. Coming with the medals, give it up once again for Monique. That's crazy. I totally forgot about the medals. Like, what? They came in the mail and everything. So yes, Youth Poet Laureate 2022, Anaya Taylor. And Youth Poet Ambassador, number 1, 2022, Jay LaRae. And your other Youth Poet Ambassador for 2022, Black Rose. See you next time. Yeah.